What's good? This your boy Boss. I want to thank y'all for checking out the channel. Today we're gonna react to the first 15 minutes of the game's Drink Champs interview. So buckle up and let's get to it. Hope y'all enjoy it.
Show
since day
this
one.
This has been one of the most requested guests. Not only requested guests because of his hip hop lyrical, ability and his ways of making hit records, but he's known as a real drinker. You understand what I'm saying? In case y'all don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about one guy who put the West Coast on his back. At a time where the West Coast was quiet, he put the West Coast on his back. He came out, he dropped hit after hit. He's still out here, he writing niggas shit. He done did reality shows, he did every motherfucking thing, and he's still out here. Heard his driveway is crazy. In case y'all don't know who the fuck I'm talking about, we talking about one, only, motherfucking Game. Make some noise!
So I will say I do agree with what Nori said. The West Coast was irrelevant. It was a desert. It wasn't knocking on death's door. It was dead. It was flatline. Nobody cared about the West Coast until the game came out and he put that shit back on his back, and then the West Coast came back. The West Coast was fucking dead before the game came back. So I will always respect what the game did when bringing the West Coast back to the forefront. Let's keep it going.
Now, before we get into last night, I just want you to know I had two outfits I could have worn today. It was all red or all blue. I just figured, I figured you would appreciate me wearing all red.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
A little better? All right, cool, because I looked a little crazy, right? With a blue mask and shit, like a little crazy. I'm sorry. So, let's just be clear. Last night.
Movie.
Was that a listening session? what the fuck was it last night?
You know what it was?
What did we witness?
You know what it was? It's like, you go to concerts and shit, right? You go to concerts, people perform, they grab a mic, they do their thing. I think at this point with Ye, it's like, it's art. You know what I'm saying? That's what that was. It was art. It was like, on some hood West Side Story shit. You ever seen not my West Side Story, the old West Side Story? You know what I'm saying?
The white boy movie?
Yeah, the white ones. It's that shit played out like a little short film. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like if you're not a Ye fan or you don't understand him, then you wouldn't understand his art. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was for me. It was art. I mean, as soon as I saw the set, as soon as I walked out, I was like, he took Southside Chicago and put it in Miami. Like that's the house he grew up in. You know what I'm saying? And set it on fire.
And split it apart.
And so it's like if I could take my childhood.
So what he talking about right now is the Donda 2 release concert listening party. And I do agree with what the game is saying. Back in the day, when artists used to have release parties or album listening sessions, they would rent out an event or a venue and everybody would come and listen to the album and stuff like that. But Ye being Ye and having a foresight and doing what he do, being grandiose and want to do things bigger and better, he decided to start doing listening sessions in stadiums, in arenas, and kind of make them like little mini concerts. The first one he did was The Life of Pablo, and then he did Donda, and now he just did Donda 2. I watched it. I watched all of them, and I watched this last one that just came out, and it was some kind of technical difficulties. At one point, Kanye mic was not working, so he ended up throwing that shit. But I do agree with what the game is saying about this shit being a movie and Kanye bringing something else to the game that people wasn't really doing.
Home and bring it to my that part of it was major. That was bigger than the music, bigger than the words. Like that was a moment, and then it was a moment for him. You know what I'm saying? And God bless Miss Donda's soul. Like that's his mom, and that was his time. And so when we started off doing, music, me, we started off doing it for us. We didn't have not one fan. You know what I'm saying? And if you did have a fan, it was your mama. So it's like when I started off doing music, I was doing it for my family, for my mama. So let's understand that aspect of what he did first, because it was for him and it was for his mama. And then after that, you appreciate the artist and the artistry, and then the music comes come into play later. Like, you know he gonna give you the music, so, you know, wait on it, I guess.
So at rehearsal, did you have to step in the water too?
Rehearsal?
Yeah, there was no rehearsal?
Hell no. But you know, we from the slums. We just stepped in the gutter before.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You step in one puddle, you just stepped in the wall.
Did you see at one point he threw the mic? Was the sound system messed up?
I don't know. I seen it. It was good when I came out. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was worried about. That shit was working for me.
Well, we're going to pop this Ace of Spades, my brother, because our show is about giving people their flowers while they're here, celebrating their life while they're here. You've been one of the most requested guests, and we're going to celebrate that, motherfucker.
We should start with the flowers.
Let's start with the flowers.
Where they at?
Let's give them motherfucking flowers off top, damn it. Come on, B. You know what I'm saying? You want some Ace of Spades?
I'll take
You
some.
want Jigga Squash it, right?
Hey, yo, chill.
Come on, baby. It's the flowers.
Before we keep on going, first I want to say I respect Nori for the Drink Champs podcast and what he's built with the Drink Champs podcast. I like Nori for the simple fact that he's not gonna pussyfoot around questions. He's gonna get straight to it, ask the questions that people really want to know, and people really would ask somebody if they wasn't too scared to ask. You have these journalists nowadays that want to do hoops and dives and ducks and all this kind of shit to get around to asking a question that they really want to ask, when all they got to do is just be straightforward and ask the question in a respectable way. But I like how Nori will be blunt and ask the question that people want to know, and I like that the artist that he brings on keep it a buck and answer the question. Let's keep going.
I appreciate it, man. Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, make some noise for that, goddamn.
The camera got okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, cameras everywhere.
Yeah, real flowers.
Those don't die, by the way.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, boom, let's get straight to it. Not only this event was a huge event, but the week before that, another huge event. A lot of people online immediately noticed, boom, there's one person missing.
Yeah.
A friend of mine in particular who's in here, I believe New Jersey Devil, tweeted, it was like, this is some crazy shit going on, that the game wasn't there. Let's hear it from the game's mouth. How did the game feel?
Well, again, we always going, you know, especially with my brothers. I'm on here with my brothers. We going to break it down the way it need to be broke down. So it's like...
You got to take some Ace of Spades, brother.
Yeah, cheers, man. Cheers, man.
Salud. Come on, bro. Cool. All right, cool. Let's go. Okay. He started. All right now. Well, I can't really compete with you on that level. I'm gonna fill you right up though. But go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, Super Bowl. Boom. You know about what's going on, or you see it on live on the
I mean, shit, I watched it like you watched it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the thing is this. Because I'm always going to break it down. So that way, you know, nothing with us or nothing, period, in the media. I don't like when it get misconstrued.
So before he breaks it down, hopefully the game keeps it a buck. I did a video about this already, about the game being upset with Dr. Dre. I felt like it was over the Super Bowl. I had my reasons why I stated it was over the Super Bowl, but I'm going to let him say in his own words why he wasn't there, because he don't want people to paint narratives. And I'm just going to rebuttal his words. That's all I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's hear what the game has to say.
Right. And me and Ye, you know what I'm saying, we got this thing where it's like, and y'all should apply it to your life too. Mm-hmm. It's like control your narrative. Like get in front of that. You know what I'm saying? And so basically, you got to look at the Super Bowl, right? It was a Jay-Z Live Nation, Rock Nation, one of the nations. You know what I'm saying? It's just it wasn't the Nation of Islam, but it was one of the nations. But they put it together, right? Hov put it together, and so he picked the artist that he thought was fit for the Super Bowl that he was in charge of putting together, right? And that's Hov, you know what I'm saying? One of the greatest that ever did it. And look at what he do for the coaching. He always pushing us on them. Right. And then you got to think about the stage. The stage was the Super Bowl. And you know what I'm saying? Nigga over here smoking that smoke.
Right, exactly.
Like we don't get up there as it is. You know what I'm saying? So Hove did that, and you got to think about the artists up there. All right, let's say Kendrick Lamar, right? Kendrick Lamar from Compton. He's from the west side of Compton, but he's non-confrontational.
Right.
He's not a gang member. He's safe. He played his cards right. He's
because somebody else was missing with Scott Storch, like
we're gonna get into that.
Okay,
but Kendrick is safe. You know what I'm saying? He not gang affiliated. Like Kendrick, one of the dopest lyricists alive at this moment. So he's up there, right? Snoop, Snoop is Snoop. Right. More than Snoop is Snoop is everything.
He's iconic, right?
He's an icon, bro.
Right.
Snoop is.
I'm glad he said that. So let's break this down, what he said so far. So first of all, he said that Jay-Z created the Super Bowl halftime show. That is correct. So I will give a point to game. If you don't know, Jay-Z partnered with the NFL maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and now he's in charge of developing and putting on a show for the halftime show for the Super Bowl every year. I don't know how long the deal is worth with him in the NFL, but for the last 2 years, I think he has been in charge of doing that. So that's first thing that he said we're going to address. Secondly, if you don't know, Jay-Z in the game over their careers, there has been some back and forth with the game, dissing Jay-Z and Jay-Z dissing the game. So that could be some friction of why he's not there, but I know that's not one of the points of why he's not there. Then let's break down and rebut the other thing he said. He said that Kendrick Lamar is a safe guy and he's not going to ruffle any feathers. That's bullshit, because Kendrick Lamar believes in standing up for people and pushing the culture forward. So I wouldn't call Kendrick safe, because in all actuality, he could have got up there and did a protest or took a knee or something like the Eminem did, because he got the song "We Gonna Be All Right" and all that. He fucked with Kaepernick. He could have been up there and did something, but he said that Kendrick is safe and not gang affiliated. Then we get to Snoop. He said Snoop is an icon. And this is the main reason why I said that the game was not at the Super Bowl and he shouldn't have been at the Super Bowl. If you check it out, you had Snoop Dogg, living icon. Dr. Dre, living icon. Mary J. Blige, living icon. Eminem, living icon. 50 Cent, living icon. Where does the game fit into that criteria? The game is a West Coast legend. He's a great spitter, but where does West Coast legend, great spitter, fit with icons? This is hip hop icons. That's why you wasn't up there, bro. And to keep it a stack, we're gonna keep playing the video, and then we'll go ahead and go.
On the Corona commercial, Snoop is folding towels with Martha Stewart.
That nigga's on Gucci now.
Snoop is Snoop is on Gucci.
I'm gonna start wearing Gucci again, because I'm like, fuck it. If they ain't racist, if they giving Snoop some money,
and then
you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the year,
you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be clear. But I gotta start wearing. I got a whole bunch of Gucci shit to the side. I start wearing, and then they lead me towards Balenciaga. So I said, they said it's the same company. It's one racist, both racist.
Right.
But they gave Snoop some money. Them niggas ain't racist. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
So Snoop is Snoop, man. And then as far as the West Coast and the Chronic album and Murder Was the Case and Doggy Style and what Snoop and Gin and Juice and everything that Snoop has done for the West Coast, of course he up there. Right. And he's an icon, he a legend, he an OG, so there it is. But it's safe. You know what I'm saying? Right. You get 50. 50 got Power, and they gave it Tommy, the you know what I'm saying? You got all these different shows, the BMF joint, the one with Isaac Wright that come on the ABC. Right. You don't get on the primetime television unless they feel like it's safe. 50, another safe artist. Right. Mary J, Auntie Mary, like, you know, MJ Spapal, you know what I'm saying?
So basically he's saying the reason that these guys are up there is because there were safe picks. Let's rebut and break that down, because that is utterly bullshit. First of all, we have Dr. Dre. I fuck with Dr. Dre. I think Dr. Dre is a legend, but at the same time, let's keep it a buck. Dr. Dre has allegations and been on video hitting a woman. He's known for beating women. So how is that safe? Then you got Snoop Dogg with he mentioned murder was the case. Snoop Dogg was somebody that was accused of murdering somebody. Snoop Dogg is a Crip from Long Beach. So how is that safe? Then we go to 50 Cent. Shot 9 times. He was a drug dealer turned rapper turned entrepreneur and so on and so forth. So how is that safe? Then you have Eminem, the most controversial probably rapper that ever happened. You know what I'm saying? How are these people safe? I don't get that, bro. Stop using and making up excuses of why you wasn't up there. The real reason why you wasn't up there is what I said was because this is about hip hop icons. Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, you do not fit in that same criteria. I'm not calling you garbage. I'm not calling you trash. You are a West Coast legend, but at the end of the day, you don't meet the criteria for why they was up there. And then let's keep it a buck. The real reason why 50 Cent was up there is because Eminem kept it a stack, and him and 50 got a relationship like this. They super tight. They look at each other like brothers. So he told Dr. Dre, hey, I'm going to give up one of my songs so 50 can come and we can make it a moment. So that's why 50 performed one song. If you want somebody to look out for you and have you up there, maybe you should stop burning bridges with the people that put you on and give you an opportunity, and stop waking up one day and saying you fucking with these guys, and then the next day you wake up, you talking about fuck these guys. I got beef with these guys. Make up your mind, bro. But let's keep it going.
You know what it is. MJ smacked that ass.
Michael Jordan.
Oh,
I saw that. Everybody saw that. It was like he hit it like a player. Like he was like a good play.
Good game.
It was you know, and I love Mary. That's Auntie Mary. Right. But it's like it's either Jordan that they been there before.
I just think it's a foul.
No,
we starting early. Let's take some So all right, so when you're watching the Super Bowl, because me personally, you know it's just champagne, you ain't got to sip it like that. Okay, so when you're watching this, because I'm watching it, right? I don't know what's going on. I'm in a building. So at the halftime show, I'm with all these white people and shit, right? In the building.
You are?
Yeah, I'm in the building. Right. We watching this shit at the crib, but I go downstairs.
Because he's safe now. You know what I'm saying?
I go downstairs in my building, bunch of white people. And when 50 come out, I lose it because they did not announce him. Was 50 the only one that they didn't announce?
I don't know. I just seen a nigga coming upside down. I ain't know who it was at first. nigga came out the roof. Right. Everybody else was standing up, right? Nigga 50 came out the roof. I'm like, oh shit. Right. Who the fuck is that? Then I heard that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So if you would have been able to hit that stage, if they would have said, your game, we want you to have a mean 56 seconds, a mean 48 seconds, because everyone gets like, that's what they get, right? What record you would have chose?
Probably 300 bars.
Nah, you can't do 300 bars.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
You can't do that.
Hey, you're going too far.
That was one of my joints. Okay. Nah, but if I could have been on the stage, and I'm gonna finish with you know the rest. If I could have hit the stage, or if niggas would have called me, it's crazy. Niggas got my number and shit. But but you know it's good. But if I could have been on the stage, I think maybe How We Do It, Hate It or Love It would have been safe.
First of all, he said if he could have been on the stage, Nori asked if he could have been on the stage, what song would you perform? He says 300 bars. This is the reason you wasn't there. If you don't know, 300 bars is a fucking 50 Cent and G-Unit diss record, bro. You already out of line. You out of character. And then he really doubles down and keeps it a buck and says he would perform How We Do or Hate It or Love It. The two songs, or two of the songs that 50 Cent gave him for his debut album. Keep it a buck. Keep it a stack with the people that gave you your opportunity, bro. Like, stop that shit, bro. You can't be fucking with niggas one day and not fucking with niggas another day. That make niggas not want to fuck with you, bro. Because you can't stay even kill and keep it a stack with niggas. It's like you just move with the wind. However you feeling this day, not gonna be the same way you feeling the next day, bro. Like, come on. 300 bars. That's why your ass wasn't up there.
That's a great pick.
Those are two number one records. You know what I'm saying? One was behind the other, then the other one jumped in front. Like those is two number one on the Billboard records. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it probably been one or the other.
Yeah, let's make some noise for that. Let's make some noise.
Why you said Scott Storch? What happened with him?
Because a lot of Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese. I was James Cruz. Like, I'll talk about later, but Jeez Louise, James Cruz. Okay, David Dawson's in the building. But what I was saying was that's what people said they was missing. Game coming out and Scott just actually being on the piano,
right,
or something like that. So I'm listening to all the comments, knowing that you coming up. And the good thing about it was, I think you said somewhere that no one can speak for you. You're gonna speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. And so overall, if this happens to a tour, it becomes a tour, would you be involved?
If it was a tour?
Yeah, if it becomes a tour.
If the money was right.
Nah, Kane, that's not the right answer. You're supposed to say yes.
Nah, I can't say yes to that because I got you know what I'm saying? Like, I got business too. It's business. And look at it. Look at what it was. It wasn't like niggas ain't really doing this my homie and it's West Coast and it's LA. Niggas ain't doing that because I ain't get one call. Not that I'm salty about it, but I'm saying like so for them it was about a payday, and I understand it because it is a business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody up there got paid
in a different way,
a handsome amount.
Okay.
So it's saying if it's some kind of tour, like I got to be compensated before I make my decision.
Yeah, I'm sure that.
So again, this guy cannot make his mind up. He wanted to be at the Super Bowl. He wanted to be included with these guys because he feel like he's a part of that crew, which he is a part of that crew. But at the same time, like I've been saying, I'm going to keep hammering it over and over again. You're not in the same category as these guys. He says if the money right, he would go on tour. Why wouldn't the money be right, bro? Why wouldn't the money be right? You act like you some peon ass nigga that ain't got no record, that ain't did nothing. Niggas know who you are. Niggas respect your resume, bro. You gonna get paid, right, bro? Like, stop that cap, bro. And then he says that everybody that performed at the Super Bowl got paid. If you don't know, nobody gets paid from the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is an opportunity. Now, what you do get is exposure. The Super Bowl was watched by 112 million people this year. So all those eyeballs. So what Mary J. Blige did, if you don't know, she had a new album that came out that same week that the Super Bowl came out. So that pushed her new album and it made it sell for her. Dr. Dre's old work, The Chronic and all that, Eminem's old work, 50 Cent old work got pushed to the forefront. These are albums that came out 20 years ago, end up being on the Billboard charts because they got that exposure, people got that nostalgia, and then they went out and listened to the songs again. So nobody gets paid to perform at the Super Bowl, and this is my problem that I have with the game. He doesn't keep it a stack, bro. Keep it a stack. You want to control your narrative by telling the truth, my brother. But I'm going to end it right here, man. I appreciate y'all for checking out the video. Like I always say, man, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you know when your boy drop a new video. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I hope y'all like this, because if y'all did, I will start doing more reaction videos. But like I always say, I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.